Is your lunch contributing to your mood? Today we're diving into Lunchly, a popular prepared meal by big YouTubers like KSI and Mr. Beast, and whether it's actually good for your mental health or potentially making things worse. Dr. Mike has made a video on this as well, discussing the health aspects of Lunchly, and in this video we're going to focus strictly on how Lunchly might affect your mood. First, let's start by looking at the nutrition facts. 360 calories, and let's look at the protein as well. So 12 grams of protein for 360 calories. I think that's pretty abysmal. If we compare that to the Iokos Pro yogurt drink, there's 23 grams of protein, and when we look at the nutrition facts, it's 140 calories. So if you're looking to get more protein, Lunchly is not for you. And getting enough protein in your diet is very important. If you are deficient in protein, then you may be deficient in amino acids as well. And these are all precursors to neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, which are all related to how they help your mood. Next, let's look at carbohydrates. So there's 44 grams of carbohydrates of this, which is pretty high. And it would have been fine if it was something that was a healthier carbohydrate and it wasn't processed. So what this is it's an ultra processed food. It's basically flour, things that were made in a factory. And eating processed foods is associated with obesity, and people that are obese have a 55% increased chance of developing depression. So being an ultra processed food, that's a negative strike. And your blood sugar can also impact how your mood is, how you feel. If you get big spikes in blood sugar, meaning you eat 44 grams of carbs and it's processed, so that means it hits your bloodstream fast. There's no fiber to slow it down. Then your blood sugar spikes up, and then insulin gets released and it crashes down. Spike up, crash down, spike up, crash down. And this can sometimes lead to certain mood disorders that are related to how your blood sugar is. If you notice that your mood is significantly depressed and lower, leading all up until you finally eat some food, then that's a pretty clear sign that your mood may be doing a lot more poorly because of your diet. Next, let's look at the vitamins and minerals section. It has some fat-soluble vitamins, which is controversial. Vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E, because these aren't just removed from your body by urinating. So it could potentially lead to toxicity, like vitamin A toxicity, if you had way too many of these drinks. As for the vitamin D, 0.2 micrograms is really low. For example, 50 micrograms is equal to 2,000 units of vitamin D, and that's generally considered a good maintenance dose for most people to maintain good levels of vitamin D. Having low vitamin D has also been shown to be correlated with depression. Some other vitamins on here that have been correlated with depression are vitamin B12, and here it has 3.2 micrograms. Having B vitamins in here is probably fine, although some people have difficulty methylating certain B vitamins. It's also interesting that there's calcium in here, 240 milligrams. So if you're having problems with constipation, I would avoid this drink because calcium can make constipation worse. Same thing as with iron. What may have been better for Lunchly to add to this lunch pack is vegetables and fruits. Eating more fruits can decrease depression risk by 15% and more vegetables by 9%. Lunchly, because it's ultra-processed food and has a big amount of carbohydrates, will likely increase your inflammation levels. Studies have shown that high CRP levels, which is a marker of inflammation, is correlated with depression symptoms. In fact, some evidence has shown that anti-inflammatory medications, like non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, have some benefit in decreasing depression, and it's thought to be because of the anti-inflammatory effects that it has. Other than eating more fruits and vegetables, are there any diets that decrease the risk of depression? Actually, yes, the Mediterranean diet. This diet mainly involves olive oil, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and proteins. So would I recommend Lunchly as a healthy lunch option? No, absolutely not. There are several things in there that can increase your risk of developing depression. What would have been a better option is if they had a Lunchly that was based on a Mediterranean diet and had lots of fruits and vegetables and omega-3s. So it's important to know that this is not a health food, it's actually a junk food. So if you do choose to eat it, just know it's a snack and not something to eat every day.